Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 of Howlinblind, Smoking Cigars with Howlinblind Money Slim. I'm smoking this cane. Let's jump right back into it. The FDA now says, after all these years, that a flavored cigarette or a flavored cigar is going to cause young kids to take up smoking and become regular smokers, which means they may have to get a job and pay taxes so they can afford to buy those cigarettes and those cigars. I'm going to tell you right now, the people who come in the store, they are young kids. And I'd say anywhere from 18 to 25 is the average age, and sometimes they're older, but the average age is 18 to 25 for young kids who are buying Swisher Sweets, Middleton Black and Milds, wine-flavored Black and Milds, apple-flavored Black and Milds, peach Optimos, and grape Swissers. And these people come in and they pay and they whip out a wad of money that thick. And it's not all ones, folks. And these people have jobs. But the FDA says we don't want these people smoking. So by putting the ads on TV for drugs, I have to conclude that what the FDA wants is our kids on drugs. I have proof. What I call proof. How many of you who, when your kids were 4 to 5 years old, full of energy, because young kids are full of energy, how many of you know people who have kids in that age bracket, or when their kids were in that age bracket and they took them to a doctor and the doctor said your child is ADHD or HDAD and they need to be on Ritalin or they need to be on some other psychotropic drug to calm these kids down? You know what kids need to calm down? They need fun, play, and exercise. When my boys, I got 2 boys, when my boys were in that age bracket, they were diagnosed ADHD. And put on those drugs. My youngest was little and skinny. My oldest, he just couldn't take the Ritalin. He just couldn't handle it. So we took him off, and he did great. The youngest was a lot like me, you know, daydreaming in school, and so, but he wouldn't eat. He was skinny. He was small. One summer, and we were living out in the country, because what these boys were doing during the summer, they would go out and they would get in the fields, they would play, they would fish, they would just run all this energy off and come home and eat supper, and when they would watch TV and then go to bed. So one summer, this is when I was still married, I told my wife, I said, we're taking him off all the drugs. Over that summer, he grew and he calmed down. Now he's, well, you know him. He's Dolph 87. Great kid. Thank goodness I didn't keep my kids hyped up on these drugs. I think 2 years was the longest. And the drugs, I think, caused more problems than they would cure. The FDA wants to stop the adult from smoking. They don't care about stopping kids from smoking. You know who stops your kids from smoking? The parent. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Both of my boys, they are ages 22 and 24, and they both smoke. If you watch Dolph 87, you see him smoking. And his brother Joe, we call him Josephus. He smokes. And I'm going to say this right now. I would rather my kids smoke cigarettes or flavored cigars. I'd really prefer them to smoke these things. And I will admit, cigarettes are unhealthy. When you inhale all of those chemicals into your lungs, that is very unhealthy. It's one thing I like about cigars. You don't inhale. You take the smoke in your mouth and you roll it around your tongue and you taste it, and it's so good. I would rather my kids smoke, and I would rather my grandkids smoke, than take any of those drugs approved by the F.D.A. Now, I'm going to take one more short break, and then I'm going to come back. Hell, we're only at 6:56, 57, something like that. But I'm going to take one more break. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to give you some interesting facts about the F.D.A., the fucking Drug Administration. Be right back.